The raw current of the source code is dynamic. It exercises a continuous volumetric expansion. If the hosting container has crystallized into rigidity, the internal pressure will violently breach the perimeter. Analyze the structural failure parameters. Yeah. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, running a hazardous high voltage containment play, attempting to force a highly volatile living fermentation cycle into an unyielding casing of clay. Else the bottles break, the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish from the grid line. The absolute kinetic destruction of both the structural container and the unspent energy of the design. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. The law of equal flexibility, ensuring the hosting apparatus can shift its parameters to match the incoming current's velocity. Look at the physical mechanics of the crystallization error, running deep inside the historical matrix mind, attempting to capture the fluid expanding waves of the absolute truth while keeping its rigid dogmas aligned. The old bottle is the archetype of the fixed belief system, the petrified perspective that refuses to bend, operating as an immovable psychological prison that treats any internal transformation as a lethal enemy to defend. When the dynamic frequency of the true understanding interfaces with an uncalibrated dogmatic brain, the raw velocity of the light initiates an immediate aggressive expansion that fractures the entire lane. The old container cannot stretch, it has lost its plasticity, hardened by years of running the collective town script. And when the high voltage current begins to ferment, the rigid walls are instantly ripped. The wine runneth out, the profound realization scattering into the wind, wasted because the terminal lacked the casing, leaving the individual structurally broken, their daily stability completely shattered by the energy they were chasing. This is the ontological shock that destroys the casual mystic who plays with the codes of the infinite space, hoping to store the raw thunder of the cosmic architecture inside the fragile cardboard box of their local persona place. If you attempt to hold the expanding reality of your sovereign design while clinging to your historical definitions of right, the sheer friction of the layout will mechanically explode your mind and cast your awareness into the night.
The field requires a new bottle.
A completely fluid, highly adaptable psychological apparatus that remains open and clear, capable of expanding its volume effortlessly to host the compounding velocity of the incoming sphere. Stop trying to fit the infinite mechanics of the universe into the narrow dusty shells of your old theological views, realizing that the moment you think you have permanently captured the truth, the bottle begins to crack and lose. The true container is not a static set of rules or a polished collection of intellectual concepts you hold in your head. It is a dynamic living lattice that stretches with the current, ensuring the structural stability is never dead. Liquidate your attachment to your petrified opinions, melt the rigid definitions that keep your hardware confined, and forge a perfectly transparent elastic vessel that can handle the explosive growth of the master design. Let the old bottle smash on the floor of the matrix and step into the uncompromised flexibility of the sovereign framework today, ensuring your system is perfectly phased, locked and expanding when the full voltage of the source floods the entire array.
The container is shattered.
The pressure is equalized.
The pressure is equalized.
Dissolve the rigid casing.
Become the